Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am so excited to have Lynda Lippin, who is a master coach in Pilates, who specializes in Pilates. And today she will be talking about self-care for entrepreneurs. And I'm so excited to have you. Welcome to my platform, Lynda.
Thank you, Pauline.
So I'm going to jump out and I will let you share your expertise with everybody.
Wonderful. Thank you. So, hey, everybody. As Pauline introduced me, my name is Lynda Lippin. I am a master Pilates teacher, a certified personal trainer, a Reiki master, and a behavioral mindset coach. And I've been in this business for about 32 years now. And I, like all of you, am an entrepreneur. And I might be a little bit further along in my business building, but still working those crazy entrepreneur hours. And as we're all working from home right now, I think, talking about self-care and making sure that we are okay, because I think, as you all know, if we're hanging our names and our faces as our business, it all really does in so many ways come down to us. And what I'm hearing from a lot of my clients who are also entrepreneurs, and if they're not, they're working from home at a level that they've never done before, is that they are feeling more tired and lethargic, that they are having issues with hydration and feeling dehydrated, or like they're not getting enough water but not sure, and that they're starting to have postural issues, rounded shoulders, forward heads, and general kind of back, neck, and hip and knee tightness and stiffness from all the time that we're spending kind of sitting and dealing with things in our businesses, but from our homes. Whether you are a parent with a family, whether you are single, it really doesn't matter. Being an entrepreneur is simply hard on the body. So I have a few tips that I really wanted to share with you today, because these are things that if you put them into place, like today or tomorrow, you will start feeling better quicker. So number one is making sure that you are getting in enough water. For many of us, for me, for years, I always thought that I was getting enough water. But then I started to notice, especially as I entered my 50s, I'm 54 now, I'll be 55 in September, that I was starting to see some issues with my skin where it didn't just seem as full and seemed a little dull, where I was feeling thirsty a lot of the time, and especially at night, where I was waking up at night to drink, and where I was feeling much thirstier later in the day. And when I really looked at what I was taking in, I like to drink my 3 cups of coffee in the morning. I drink a cup of decaf at night after dinner. In between that, I drink mostly water, but because I also exercise in my day, so I'm sweating and I go for dog walks. And things like coffee and tea are diuretics, which means they help our bodies expel water. It meant that I really needed a lot more than I was getting. So in addition to, say, the 8 to 10 glasses a day that are generally recommended for us, I then had to replace the coffee I was drinking and replace the water and fluids that I was losing due to sweat from exercise. And we will talk about exercise in a second. So basically, for me right now, in any given day, I need to ingest about 140 ounces of water. And that is a lot of water, my friends. But I'll tell you that since I've been making sure to get that in, I'm feeling and functioning so much better. I'm sleeping better. I'm not having to wake up as often at night to pee because I'm not drinking all of my water and fluid later in the day because I'm getting it in during the day. I've also made it a habit to kind of front load some of my water. So I drink as soon as I get up in the morning, at least 10 to 20 ounces of kind of room temperature water, because that's what I can deal with before I start with my coffee and breakfast and, you know, anything else that I'm putting in. And I really make sure throughout the day to keep water near me. And if you're not used to drinking it, then set a timer. Leave yourself Post-it notes all over the place, but start getting that water in. During the day, you might have, as your body's getting used to that amount of fluids, you might have to go to the bathroom more. I know it can be kind of a pain, but think about it this way. When you need to go to the bathroom, it means you're actually getting up out of your chair and taking a walk, even if it's just a few steps away in your house or apartment. So it gets you up, right? And it gets you away from work for a little while. So that's my number one tip is hydration. And even if you don't feel like you're super active, you still need to drink at least half of your body weight in ounces, right? So if you weigh about 160 pounds, you should be getting in a minimum of 80 ounces of water in your day, not including the replacements for the diuretic beverages and for sweat. All right, so that's the number one thing. The second thing that I really encourage everybody to do is take time in your day to do some meditation. It can sound very woo-woo to a lot of folks, but it is scientifically proven that meditation helps your brain function. It helps your nervous system to relax. It helps your ability to focus, okay? And it helps lower your blood pressure. So really, none of this is bad. There are several apps out there. I've used Headspace. I've used the Waking Up app. All of them give you options for meditations that are 5 to 10 minutes long. So literally, it's not like you have to sit there being like, I don't have half an hour to just sit there. Remind yourself that number one, you're not just sitting there, you are actually doing something that's going to help you moving forward as an entrepreneur, because it's going to help you be able to focus and pay attention better to what you're doing by lowering your cortisol levels, lowering your stress levels, lowering your blood pressure. You are going to make yourself healthier physically as well as psychologically and emotionally. Okay, so take that time. And again, if you're not going to find the time later in your day, do it when you wake up. It's fine. Or do it during that like 10-minute moment when everyone's like been fed and has had their stuff and is all kind of chill and mellow before things start getting crazy. Throw the headphones on, throw the app on, and spend your 5 or 10 minutes meditating. You can also go to YouTube and literally just do a search for meditations, and you'll find plenty of actually very good, high-quality meditations over on YouTube. So, number one, hydration. Number two, meditation, at least 5 to 10 minutes. That's all I'm asking for, okay? Number three, we're going to talk about nutrition. So I would love it if all of you knew, not just how much you're eating every day, but the nutritional breakdown of what you're eating every day. Now, there are some free ways to do this. Under Armour, the corporation, has a free app called MyFitnessPal. You can find that on iOS or in the Google Play Store. Plus, they have an online web-based site as well. And you don't need a paid version of this. In their free version, if you start to log in what you're eating on a daily basis, and it even allows you to log your water intake in as well, you will get a breakdown of what you're eating in terms of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, as well as diving deeper into micronutrients so that you can see how much sugar you're eating, you can see how much fiber you're getting, you can see how much fat you're getting in your diet, how much salt you're eating, if that's a concern for you. In general, human beings need about 40 to 50% of our nutrition to come from carbohydrates, right? Complex carbohydrates are the best. We need about 20 to 25% of our diet from protein and the remainder from good fats. So, unless you are diabetic, unless you have, other issues that might change those macro needs a little bit, that's how most folks will thrive. And once you have a handle on not only how much you're eating, but kind of the makeup of what you're eating, then you can take that data and use it to make some adjustments, maybe throwing in a little more oatmeal into your day for some higher fiber stuff, maybe replacing some of what you're eating in sugar with fruit, maybe, going for a richer, darker chocolate instead of, a higher sugar milk chocolate. However that looks for you, I can promise you that the better your nutrition is, the better you are going to feel. You might notice that I haven't even gotten to exercise yet, right? I discussed exercise a tiny bit as a joke of, if you have to pee more from all the water you're drinking, you have to walk to the bathroom and come back. But the fact of it is exercise and stretching and mobility work is also crucially important. So if you have noticed that, especially since we've all been working from home and not out as much socially or during our days, you may notice that your back hurts a little bit. You may notice that you're getting some neck and shoulder pain. You may notice some tightness in the front of your chest and shoulders just from being like this or looking at devices all the time. You may notice that you're not feeling as taut and toned in some areas as you used to. And frankly, we need to be exercising, and we actually owe it to ourselves to exercise. So as I have to tell myself, because I'm telling you right now, I'm like the least likely exercise professional you can imagine. Okay, I did come from a background of taking a lot of ballet when I was a kid, but in general, I was that kid who tried to get out of gym class all the time, who basically hated exercise, who hated running, who kind of failed the president's physical fitness tests on an annual basis and did not care. But when I was in college, this practice of not moving and not exercising really started to kick me in the literal butt, as I had back pain and I had sciatic pain, and I was only 20 years old. So I started doing Pilates and doing weight training when I was in college, and because those were kind of self-defined, because they weren't in a competitive situation, my body did really well with them. I felt better, my energy got better, my sleep got better. I continued with the exercise. I actually have a doctorate in philosophy, but I taught fitness and Pilates part-time the entire time I was in graduate school. And when I finally did finish graduate school, I had a client who had been in back pain for years. I successfully got him out of the back pain and had him avoid back surgery, and he wanted to open a studio, and I decided to go for the entrepreneurial journey as opposed to the kind of corporate academic journey. as it were. So remember that exercise and moving around is the only thing that's going to help your body stay strong and functional. I encourage you to find exercise that you like to do. And if like is too strong of a word for you, as it often is for me, that you can tolerate doing. Okay? Basically, what you need is about half an hour, 5 days a week. And if you can split that up between a little high intensity cardio exercise, where maybe you walk fast for 30 seconds and then walk slower for 30 seconds and then sprint fast for 30 seconds and walk slower for 30 seconds. You could do that walking, running. You could do it on a bike. You could do it rowing. You could do it swimming. You could do it doing jumping jacks or jogging in the middle of your living room floor. Whatever that looks like, but getting some high intensity interval training for your cardiovascular work. And that way you get things done quick and fast and intensely. I encourage you to do some strength training, whether it's body weight resistance or using weights or using bands. I live in a tiny alcove studio apartment in Manhattan with my husband and our dog, and I still manage to have enough bands and tubes and hand weights and some kettlebells in my apartment to get a solid, great strength training workout, and also work on some flexibility in your life as well. Find what you like. I personally hate running, but am fine with doing high intensity interval training at home. Like, I'll do jump squats and jumping jacks, but I don't like to run. Okay? Not a big deal. You may find that you love yoga and hate Pilates, or like me, you may find that you're not a huge yoga fan, but you love Pilates. Whatever that looks like for you, make sure that you are engaged in a physical activity that is tiring and taxing and really works you for basically 20 to 30 minutes, 5 days a week. Okay, that's all you need of that. I recommend, as a fellow entrepreneur, that you get that done earlier in your day versus waiting until later, because as we know, stuff can just blow up between family and business at some point during the day, and then you can't get anything done. I, for example, this morning got up and basically got my half an hour high intensity workout in before I sat down to have my coffee and work with my first clients. I'm not always able to do that, but, and then I have to kind of fit it in later in my day. But if I can get it done earlier, it's better, because then it's out of the way. Finally, for all of these things, if you find that you just have a hard time keeping track of them, that you have a hard time remembering to do them, you have to take these things and put them on your calendar. Right? My coach, Kelly Roach, always says to me, if it's not on your calendar, then it's not important. So you put your doctor's appointments, you put your work appointments, you put all of these things on the calendar. You also need to put you on the calendar. And these are little things that you can do on a daily basis. Pretty much, if you dealt with drinking your extra water, which isn't going to take you any more time, it just takes attention, right? Dealt with your daily meditation of 5 to 10 minutes, did 5 days a week of exercise for 20 to 30 minutes, and spent 10 minutes tracking your food, that you could basically accomplish all of this for your body in just a few hours out of your week, total. And just feel better and be in a better place. And frankly, the better we feel and the happier we are, the better able we are to serve our clients, to serve our businesses, and to serve our families, friends, and communities with the excellence that they all deserve, and which we are very capable of giving. Now, in terms of finding good exercise programs, there's several out there that I think are extremely safe because they're things that I do, that I use. And I will make sure that that I get the links for these over to Pauline, or I'll put them in the comments so that you guys have them as well. One is an online only program called Faster Way to Fat Loss. That program will teach you very easily and quickly how to start tracking your macros, how to start eating more whole foods, how to deal with your hydration. And within their app, there is basically a workout that you can do that doesn't take more than half an hour. And those workouts change. They give you a workout every day. You don't have to do it every single day, but if you wanted to, you could. Their trainers are great and the workouts are extremely safe. Okay. The second thing that you could do is literally go to YouTube, and I would do some web searches just on the different trainers that you might see on YouTube. But there are some very solid trainers out there, myself included, who have a lot of free tutorials and videos on YouTube. If you want to learn more about dealing with your back pain or neck pain, or how to find pelvic stability, or really how to properly do a plank or a side plank or a bridge or anything like that, I have tutorials for that on my YouTube channel. And there are plenty of other very good trainers and very good Pilates and yoga teachers who have great workouts and tutorial videos there as well. Another site that is good if you love Pilates is Pilates Anytime, which is packed with just literally thousands of Pilates and fitness classes from some of the best Pilates teachers in the country and in the world. And if you would like to learn more about my approach to these things, I do see a few private clients online as personal training clients where I, take you through your workouts and guide you through this whole process. You could just get in touch with me by either going to lyndalippin.com, spelled just like my name, and there is an email me button when you get to that website, or you can book a free consultation and we can talk about your situation and what you might need. If you would like any more of this kind of free information, I do have a 5-day workshop called Feeling Fabulous in Your 50s and Beyond, which does start tomorrow, which is a little soon, but the videos will be in my group so that you can watch it over and over. And if you would like to join me there just to get a little bit more information on what I spoke to you about briefly today, you could just go over to Strong Women Over 50, number 50, so strongwomenover50.com, or just go to my website and look for my consumer programs, and you will see the Strong Women Over 50 sign up page there. So I hope this was really useful for you guys. I hope this was helpful. It is so, so important as entrepreneurs that, again, we take care of ourselves so that we can continue serving our clients and creating transformations in the world, and just getting better and better.
I love it. Thank you so much, Lynda. It's so helpful. It's good to be reminded as well about drinking water. I drink a lot of water, but I also love the
As I drink my water.
Yeah, I love Tabata workouts. I think a lot of entrepreneurs, they think they need to go to the gym. You really don't need to. I've been working out at home doing Tabata workouts for 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like the HIIT workouts on YouTube. I'm following someone called Growing Ananas right now. It's really cool. I've been following her on YouTube, and she does like every day there's a new video. So it's amazing the plethora of resources out there. So super helpful for you to give your where to find you. And one of the questions that I get a lot with for people who are very time strapped, what would be the one thing that you think everyone should aim to do? There's a lot of mompreneurs in my group. The one thing that you think everyone should do apart from drinking water, we all need to stay hydrated, that you think will really impact your energy levels, especially for
Adding in the exercise.
yeah.
Seriously, our bodies are machines. We need to keep those machines tuned, right? I think, we all know that, for example, for, say, heavy duty like race cars or really great classic cars, those cars don't do well when they're driven in the city at like 30 miles an hour, stop and go. Every once in a while, those cars literally have to get on a track or on an autobahn or someplace where they can speed very quickly and get that engine working. It's truly that if you don't use it, you will lose it. Those aches and pains are not going to go away. They're not going to get any better. And if you just take those 30 minutes to kind of let your body know that you're working it, it really, really will help. And it's going to make you tired at the beginning, but ultimately you'll sleep better. You'll end up eating better because your body's going to crave better food for replacement, and you're going to feel and function so much better.
There we go. We all know this. It's not rocket science, and I do feel like some people use busyness as an excuse. But if you prioritize your health, you have a lot more energy. You are more focused throughout the day, and it's just I really use exercise to just get me going. Really, you get me going throughout the day. It really pumps me up. And I don't know what it is, especially with HIIT workouts. I think it's the oxygen because you're breathing a lot. So definitely the circulation of oxygen really helps with the brain function, I think, as well.
Definitely.
So thank you so much. You've shared with my audience where to find you. And I want to say a huge thank you for imparting your expertise. I was taking notes as I was sitting down, and absolutely, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So no excuses, everybody. Do your 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute. Drink your water. Eat healthy. You've all heard this, but no excuses. Entrepreneurs need to have their energy going every single day so that we can grow our businesses. And it's so important to look after you first so that you can look after your business. Thank you. And we'll leave it there, everybody. See you on the next training.
Thanks.